Right, so Man City 3, Arsenal 1. I said before the game, anything other than a 3-0 drubbing for Arsenal I would have seen as a good result because we're not at the Man City's level yet. That wasn't me being defeatist, it's just you've got to understand that Man City, for me, they're even better than Liverpool, they're still the best team in the league. And 3-1. It was a 3-1 win, it was a home win. It was better than when we played Liverpool, a 5-1 loss away there at Anfield, but even there, I said before, there's a couple of spawning goals that Liverpool had. Today, there was a couple of moments where, if we've got decent defenders on the pitch, we don't concede, I'd say, 2 of those goals, because after the first one, you pick up trends as a defender. I used to play centre-half and right back. You can see what the other team are starting to do, and the way they're targeting players. And they were targeting Lichtsteiner. They knew that he could get down his side. Lichtsteiner's got a wealth of experience, and the only thing I can think that he's got in the team now is because of that experience and because of his verbal. He's obviously talking to his defenders, the rest of his team, all the time. Against Man City, it wasn't quite enough. Against other teams, you can get away with it. Even against Chelsea. See, now we're going to go back to this last one. Against Chelsea, everyone was raving, but I said at the time, Chelsea weren't at their best. They were nowhere near what they should have been, and they made us look better. And it was at the Emirates. I actually think Man City were there for the taking today, but what they did brilliantly. They let us have a lot of ball in midfield. Guendouzi looked superb today. Torreira looked good. Lacazette played his heart out really for me. Did a lot of selfless running. We didn't have the midfield spark that we should have had if we'd have had a Ramsey or an Ozil on the pitch. But you lose a Aubameyang then, because Lacazette is much more willing to work hard. You lose. Aubameyang gets lost in that because he hasn't got the silky through ball. He plays so well when he's got Mkhitaryan or Ozil there. If you watch, he's much better when those players are playing. As a top forward, you can't really have that luxury. You've got to put the effort in, which is what Lacazette does, and that's why they're such a good pairing. Anyway, getting back to Man City, all 3 of their goals were FIFA-esque console goals. Do you know what I mean? You get into the box, a through ball through the defenders turn, and as he's turned, the players played it across. The goalkeeper's got to cover his near post, and there's no one there at the far post, and that's where they're aiming for. They're not aiming for the near post or the centre of the goal, they're aiming for the far post, someone coming running in, little tap in. Everyone knows that's what Man City does, but they do it so well, you cannot stop it. You can't stop it. You can plan for it and plan for it and plan for it. Because what happens then is you fall into the trap of, okay, but they've got a plan B. So you start doing that, and then they come from a different angle or whatever. What was happening today, though, when we did shut that down, when we finally tweaked it after the 3rd goal, they were shooting from distance. Happy with that all day long. All day long we could cope with that, but that's where Bernd Leno's at his best. You saw he wasn't catching, he was getting decent fists on stuff, it was knocking it away from goal. But the damage was done. Our goal was a decent effort. Their 3rd goal could have probably been given for handball. There's not much he could have done about it, really, I guess. Didn't really see enough of Suarez to make any judgment about him as a player, but I would have liked to have seen him start or come on at half-time for Iwobi. I like Iwobi up until the final third. There was a bit today where he was running, he done so well, and he got to the halfway line, and then Lacazette sort of got in his way a little bit, and then his head goes. He forgets what he's going to do, or he tries to do too much, Iwobi, and you lose it, and you can't have that at top level football. He's a good player, final ball, decision making, that's where he lets himself down, so he's got to work on that. I'm not overly disappointed with it, because I genuinely thought their goals, better defenders stop those goals, which we just haven't got. We've always known that. Midfield wise, I thought we matched them. Passion wise, I thought we matched them. We just didn't have enough going forward in terms of getting the ball to our attackers. We were too deep, didn't get to our attackers quick enough. We sort that out. We've got attacking players that can scare defenders. We've got attacking players that can score against Liverpool. They've scored against Chelsea. They've scored against Man United. They've scored against Man City now. We can score goals. That's not a problem. It's defending them. And when they were attacking that, like I say, Man City were attacking Lichtsteiner because they knew he was the weaker link. I personally, next game, would put Jenkinson in. He can't do any worse, but at least you know he's got his passion there. At least you know he's playing for the badge. He's playing as an Arsenal fan, and he gets what it means to be an Arsenal player. It's not just another game of football for him. But Lichtstein's got all the experience in the world, so it's a hard call. You know, we're losing. I think if we had got Bella in there, we probably don't lose. Might lose 2-1. It might be a draw. We've got Ozil in the team. I genuinely think we create more chances going forward because once we'd got to Torreira and Guendouzi, there was no movement up front in front of them. But like I say, I'm not massively upset because I thought we would get drubbed worse than the 5-1 at Anfield. We didn't. Man City are a better team, so you've got to take it on the chin. And sometimes you have to take being the second best team on the pitch on the chin. And I guess I never want. I've seen so much crap on Twitter this weekend. I never want to see Arsenal lose. But if there is a silver lining to Arsenal losing, at least it means Tottenham are in second place. That is a very, very small silver lining. And anyone that wanted us to lose today, for that to happen, anyway, game's over. We roll with a punch and move on to next week. Cheers.